So we're going to work with the Pathfinder and shape modes tools. We're going to look at the shape modes first, but they're underneath the Pathfinder collapsible panel. So that, if you don't know what that looks like, it looks like this. It's like two little boxes over top of each other. But if you can't find it, and you probably don't have it to the right of your screen, you're going to go to Window, Pathfinder, and you may have to use the little arrows below, okay, to go and find it. Pathfinder, and this is what it looks like. And let me move my layers up here. And whoops, sorry about that. And Pathfinder over here for you to see. Okay, so as you can see in the Pathfinder, you have the shape modes here, and then below you have the Pathfinder tools. Now, you're not going to use all of these, but I am going to show you some of them. We're going to start with the shape tools, okay? So you have Unite, which will take two shapes and unite it, okay? Minus front, so if you put a shape over top of another one, it'll minus the front shape from the back. You have intersect, so what it'll do is it will delete everything around the areas that are intersecting of both shapes. And then you have exclude, so that does the opposite. So anything that's intersecting between two shapes or more is going to be excluded, okay? And there is another tool we're going to look at, but we're not going to get to that later. We're going to look at these right now. So with the shape modes, I'm going to pull up a couple of shapes. So I'm going to show you how to make a quick and easy snowman. So I'm going to click and drag out. Okay. I'm going to drag out another circle and a third. Oops. Let me move these around. And I'm just going to place them over top of one another. So we have a snowman. Okay? But let's say I just want the outline. So what I'm going to do is each of these are overlapping. Okay? Big hint, it has to be overlapping. I'm going to select all of these with my selection tool, all highlighted, and I'm going to click on Unite and watch how it unites all three shapes. Now, this is one automatic shape. Okay, so that is the Unite tool. Now, let's get rid of that. The next one is the minus front. So let's say I want to make a Pac-Man image really quickly. I'm going to make my circle. I'll even color it for you. Pac-Man. Okay. So that's the color you guys are going to get right now. Ooh. And I'm going to go to my polygon. I'm going to click and drag it out. And I'm going to use my down arrow to make my triangle. Going to use my selection tool to rotate my triangle. Okay, and I'm actually going to change the color of this because I want you just to see the difference. Okay, so in my layers panel, obviously this is over, the triangle is over top of the circle. So again, it's going to minus the front out of the object underneath. Okay, so I'm going to click and drag and select both, and I'm going to hit minus front. And now it minuses or deletes the front area, okay, that is both outside of the circle and overlapping the circle. So I just made a quick Pac-Man. Okay, let's delete this one. The next is intersect. Okay, so I'm just going to click, we can do this. I'm going to use a couple examples. Okay, so I'm going to use these two examples. Okay, and we can see here that if I'm doing the intersect area, this shape right in here is what is going to stay. Okay, so watch this. Click and drag to select both. Hit the intersect button. And now the area where they intersected is the only thing that stays, or is like cropped. Okay? We'll use that same example to do exclude. So anywhere where they are overlapping, it's going to delete that area instead. So it's the opposite of the intersect. Okay, so both are selected. I'm going to hit exclude. There you go. Now you'll notice that when I hit exclude, and it does do this in the shape modes with unite as well, I just didn't show you the snowman with colors. When you hit exclude, it is going, it usually, and unite, it takes the color of the top layer. Okay, so obviously the square is on top of the triangle here, so it's going, the triangle is going to take on the color of the square. Okay, so you will notice that these are separate shapes. Okay, so here's one shape, here's another one. So they are separate. So I can color them different colors, I would like. Change them up later, but when you use those tools, it automatically wants to work with one color. Two colors is a little too much. So those are the shape modes.